What's going on, brothers? It's Chris. Double upload today. And I want to talk about retention. Why retain? I tend to ask myself that question. Why should I be retaining? Why? I've had people tell me why retention? And the truth is, you should be retaining in one sense. I tend to have a more biblical perspective on things. So I feel like retaining your seed is something like you keep your seed in until it's time for procreation, time for you to have a child to bring into this world, because you're spreading on your lineage, continue on. Because I feel like this society has painted the picture with pornography, with all these things where it's corrupt us, made us corrupt. We see sex as something for pleasures, when in reality it's pleasurable, but it's not something that you should be holding up very high. It's not something like that. Like, we've turned it into something, a beautiful experience, into something that's just completely far from what it truly is. It should be something sacred, something sacred. Yeah, truly. That's what it is. It's life. It's a normal part of life, but this society and all of us in it, we've turned it into something terrible. So why retain? First of all, the way I see your retention is self-improvement. All right, a lot of us have fallen into the trap of pornography, trap of fornication, all these things, man. All these vices, these sins, whatever you want to call them, these bad habits. We fall in trap to them, and we can't stop. You become addicted. Not everyone gets addicted. Not everyone realizes it. But once you realize that this is a problem, that's when you've got to take that action. You've got to realize, why am I doing this? Okay, is there something? Is it external, internal? Most of the time it's internal. It's within yourself. It's a problem in your life, past traumas, things that have caused you to be the way that you are today. And I feel like retaining your seed helps you with that. It gives you that clarity, and it helps you analyze truly. I may be thinking, how is that even possible? The reason is, it's your seed. It's your seed, man. It's what creates another life, man. It's so powerful. It's such a powerful energy. All right, some of the greatest minds in the world were retaining. All right, so I'm not saying that if you retain, you're gonna be a millionaire or the next big entrepreneur or everything, but it's possible. If you really set your mind to it and you really want to do that, you can do that. All right, this energy is that powerful. But I just feel like when retaining, it helps you see everything you need to improve within yourself. Externally, internally, it helps you with all of that. It really shows you who you truly are. It really shows you at that moment who you are. All right, you can either remain the same or change for the better. All right, become a better person, do great things. All right, stop being trapped by these vices, all these terrible things. All right, see them. One thing too, why is it so hard? It's so hard because we've been brainwashed. To think that we're supposed to be releasing all the damn time. We've been trained for that. All right, our whole lives, even as kids, we've been brainwashed to believe that that's not the truth. All right, releasing your seed is something, because what really is their other purpose towards it? All right, it's not for the pleasure, because that's of the flesh. All right, we're not supposed to be just for pleasure of the flesh. We're supposed to try to be more than that. Be more than just just this vessel, this body that we're currently in right now. Be more than that. It's just a lot of people just too caught up in it, caught up in the matrix, I guess. But that's the way I see it. Retain, self-improvement. All right. And another thing too, why retain, is because you get that clarity. We start to see when we're in a relationship with a female, we're not always gonna be thinking about sex and all that when we're retaining, because we know we have a higher purpose in that. We know that the relationship is more, and it should be more. All right, it should be more than just that. All right, it can't just possibly only be about that. What's the point? All right, what's the point of that? Some people may argue that, well, it's too hard, I'm not gonna do it. Well, the reason it's too hard is because sometimes the hardest things are the best things you can do. All right, sometimes the hardest things you do. You see, with me, I was a completely different person before I started this. I started this about summer of last year. I've struggled, man. I've struggled so much because it's very hard. All right, I'm not gonna say that I'm already at the top. I've gotten the hang of this now, but I'm definitely doing way better than I was before. I was going through a loop, that cycle. All right. So why retain? Retain to become better. All right. I'm not saying that you're never gonna release ever again, because I also do feel like that may be impossible. Okay, because sometimes you do slip up. We make mistakes. What you gotta know is not be stuck in that cycle and just continue forward. Continue forward. All right. As long as you realize the error of your ways, and if it happens again, you just correct it. Don't fall back into the trap. Just with that error, correct it. And that's what it really is. It all really comes down to self-discipline, not being a slave to the desires of the flesh, because we have to learn to be more than that. All right, because we are more than that. We're not just this flesh. We're not just that. And if this resonates with you, keep this information and apply it. All right, share it if you want to. Don't just listen. Don't just take my word for it. Practice it yourself. Okay. I'm not gonna be here talking about all the benefits of retention. I'm pretty sure you may already know those. All right, with that, I guess with the confidence, female attraction, all these things. Who cares about that, really? All right. One thing I do know, one benefit in my opinion, is one of the best benefits of all time. Is having that sense of peace, even if your life is going completely downhill. When you're retaining and you have your life force within, you start to realize that all these things, all of these problems that you're going through don't really matter like that. All right, they don't affect you like that, because you realize I have a greater purpose. You realize that, look, as long as I'm retaining, I'm gonna feel like this, okay? And like I said, it's not always gonna be feeling like that, but majority of the time, that's usually when you're retaining and you're doing other habits that are good for you. You're working out, you're eating healthy, you're taking breaks of social media, you're doing all these things that are gonna help you, and it enhances your benefits and all of that. And I don't really see them as benefits. It's just the way we're supposed to be. We've been so trained to drain ourselves, so we're out here walking like zombies everywhere we go. And that ain't life, man. Definitely not life. I hope this message was clear enough. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. But yeah, man, I'm just thankful to be alive right now. Definitely, last few months have been definitely a wild ride. I've learned a lot, and I'm just gonna try to be more consistent I'm not gonna force any videos. If it comes naturally, I'll drop a video. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna be here dropping every single day, but if I do feel called to, I will. Anyways, man, peace. Catch y'all in the next one.